These are the 3 red flags to watch out for when vetting a new supplier. Number 1 is being over-accommodating. You don't want to be yes to death. As a matter of fact, being too eager can truly be a disadvantage in this conversation. You need to ensure that your supplier is not just saying yes to everything to try to take over your business, or they're seeing just the dollar signs and not truly understanding the scope of what's required to produce your products in the time frames you need them, in order to the quality standards that you need them to be, and with a full understanding of your product from A to Z. 2 is a lack of experience. Does your supplier know how to make your product or your type of product? What have they done in the past? Who have they done it for, and at what scale? And what has been the output? Can you actually be able to call some of these clients and understand how they dealt with their products, the ups, the downs, the challenges, the benefits? It is extremely important to know that your supplier has a background and experience in the types of products that you are looking to make. For example, just because a manufacturer facilitates plastic productions doesn't mean that they know how your specific product, which is the combination of multiple plastic pieces, come together. That's a situation of not just molding, it's also a situation of composition and development and construction. And that involves labor and skill and background to be able to manufacture in a way that it may make sense for you or your business. So again, just because your supplier may even have experience in your industry or with your material substrate does not necessarily mean that they know how to put together your specific products in the ways that you need. 3 is the size of the organization. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to work with a really large supplier, but they have to be big enough to be able to support your needs. And what do we mean by that? Do they have adequate sales teams? Do they have adequate manufacturing, oversight, quality control? Do they have the basics that you would need to have a good production come about? It's not so much about a one size fits all or having, larger is better. That's not really what it's about. It's just, do they have the size that makes sense for you and for your productions? Every day, we're having challenges. We're looking at the size of an organization or the size of a supplier and if they actually make sense for a client. I have a perfect example of one of our clients that was looking to produce a specialized wood product. And it started out with there was only a very small number of suppliers that could produce this wood product in the way that they needed it to be done. And the reality of it is that at a small scale, that supplier made sense. They were able to have an artisanal manufacturing process that worked to the advantage of the client. But that product continued to grow and expand and scale. And as it did, the manufacturer and the supplier did not have the size or capability or skill to be able to keep up with the demand and the needs of the production. So in this way, it wasn't just a matter of having the right size of the organization for today, but also having a comprehension of the supplier having the right size for the future and the growth and the development of your product as well.